Hello YouTube, Josh. Again, I didn't hit record, so I've been standing talking to myself for like the past 5 minutes. But I wanted to update you guys to my pets because I haven't made a video in a long time, and I think the last one that I did was either Joey getting out of jail or pets. And currently I have some pets that I've had for a while, and then I have new ones. I'm reluctant to say that I lost the chinchilla. She died because somebody lied to the person that I got her from, lied to me about how old she was, and she died of old age. I still have Spike, the bunny rabbit. Me and my mother share him, and he is currently outside in a rabbit hutch, which we're trying to keep him outside during wintertime. So it's like beginning of November, and he's outside. Okay. I don't have any more goldfish because I gave my aunt my goldfish. And I no longer have an Oscar. I don't think I had the Oscar. No, because I moved, and I got the Oscar after I moved. I no longer have the Oscar. He went to my pap because my pap's Oscar died, and he asked me if he could get my Oscar off me. So I'm going to explain 3 tanks before I go through anything. This tank here needs to be cleaned. So before anybody gives me shit on my video about, oh, that tank's not clean, or whatever's in that tank is probably dead. This tank is empty. Needs cleaned. So, I will get to it. This tank is leeches, which, yes, I keep 2 leeches. I don't know why I thought they were cool pets, but they're just leeches. They don't have names. They don't do very much. You drop food in with them once a week, and they're good for the rest of the week. This, and it clearly says food, there's some worms in with them. There is redback salamanders and slugs and snails. Slugs and snails are for these guys, which I think I will introduce to you second, because these are my favorite snakes out of the 3 species that I have. And the salamanders are for this snake. And this guy is kind of a little iffy for being held, so I will introduce you to him last. Okay, it's not them 3 tanks out of the way. I'm going to start on something that I've had for like how long, and you guys have probably seen in my last video. And my last pet video. These are my African 3-clawed frogs, and I spelled the name wrong. This is Chewy. This is my mother's. This is Cyclops. This is my brother's. In that tank, there used to be an albino one. A baby. Because the original albino one, these guys died. These 2 fought, and this one killed the other one. I don't know if it's currently in there or not, but they do not require the aerator. They require the filter. So if he's in there, he will be coming into here when the tank is cleaned. But I could not find him for the life of me when I got them out of that tank. You will take notice, there are 2 fish swimming around in here. These are crick chubs. They are Taco, just a smaller one, and Stripe. And my little cousins named these, not me. My little cousin Summer and Angel named these 2. I did not name them. So then you have the crayfish, and I named this crayfish because SpongeBob, and he is down here in the corner, right there. That's Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs. And this is Cyclops. So there's one eyelid for some odd reason. We're not exactly sure how she ended up with one eyelid. Okay. And you guys have probably known that I keep salamanders. I have 3 different species in this teeny tiny terrarium, which is actually big enough for them. I have 3 northern tiger salamanders. And they are the Three Stooges. They are Larry, Moe, and Curly. They are... I don't know the difference between northern and regular tiger salamanders, but they get about the same size. Right there's one. Right there. And I'm not gonna hold this guy for very long, because they're kind of a little antsy. So this is my northern tiger salamander, and he's just a funky little salamander with big old eyeballs, and they like to crawl around. So I'm gonna put him back in here. But I actually got this today, and there's a reason I got this today. In there is a toad, and his name is Luigi. And I'm going to introduce you to them third. And he's an asshole. There's a smaller tiger salamander in here. Just a little guy. Just a baby. And he's probably currently underneath the dirt. Like there's one. And like there's the other guy. So there's actually a third one in here. And I'm not going to look for him. Because he's in here somewhere. I can actually spin this thing. There's one. So he might be in here in the stones. Let me see if I can find the smaller one. I don't personally like taking this lid off, so this is probably the only time I'm going to take the lid off. Also, these glow in the dark, so I thought it would add some cool things to the terrarium. Aquarium thingy, whatever you want to call it. He didn't get out, so he's in here with one of them. I can actually check underneath the moss by moving the salamanders and moving the stones. I'm also hoping to find Charizard, my northern mud salamander. He's like orange with black spots and black stuff around his lips. He looks like one of those goth kids that you would be in high school with. And this is why you can't find them. See, that one's is burying itself. This is why you can't really find them a lot of the time. So oh, there they are. Here's Charizard. Neop. Come here, Neop. See him? That's Charizard. And he is a northern mud salamander. They really love being under the ground. So here's Larry. He is the baby. He is going over there with the mud salamander. Right there. Right here. I'm gonna see if I can't get him out. I probably can't, because he's a little iffy on being held. Doink, doink, doink. There he is. That's just the little guy. Nope. Stand there. Mud salamander, come here, Charizard. See what he's doing? And get him to come out. There he is. There's Charizard, guys. He's a dork. He's being a dork. Here's the other northern tiger salamander. And there's one more in here. He's a golden side. I looked him up and it didn't give me an exact name or breed of them, so he's a golden side. And they're actually pretty rare to find. So he gets the name of Gilgamesh because Gilgamesh is... can't remember where... Gilgamesh is on a TV show. From a TV show. But also, Gilgamesh is like a really old hero or something, folktale hero. Let's see if Charizard will let me hold him. There's Charizard. He's a little guy. He's gonna crawl down my arm like usual. In there. They also jump. They're really, really good for that. I've lost a couple red bellies when I was feeding Scar from like them jumping out of my arm. Jumping out of my hand, off my arm. Because these guys will climb around. And they will bury themselves and do all kinds of funky stuff. Come on, Mary, go, go! Come on. Let's see if I can't find Gilgamesh. I'm not gonna unbury Gilgamesh because you're not supposed to hold this breed of salamander a lot. He's in here. Somewhere. Somewhere in here. Also, I'm gonna explain the setup of this. This moss and stuff is from outside. The moss comes from outside off the mountain. You get a lot of moss here, so I can just go out and take a shovel and cut a patch out. So we're not going to see Gilgamesh today because Gilgamesh is being a jerk. But I'm sure you can look up golden side salamanders and find a picture of Gilgamesh. He's probably buried somewhere deep within the mud. I think he might actually be over there somewhere. But I'm gonna spritz this down before I close it because they have to be moist. And two of them have buried themselves. This one kind of stays up top. Let's see. One's right there. The other one's underneath there. And before anybody says anything, this plant is fake. I like to decorate their habitats, and I just decided to get a fake aquarium plant for them. I will update the frog tank and the fish tank with some stuff when I get a chance to. They don't really have anything like decoration wise right now because I had an Oscar in there and they are destructive little fish. What did I want to do second? I'll do these guys second. So these guys are a lot easier to hold. And I'm not going to have them out for that long for the sake of this video because this is a really long video. But all it requires me doing is taking the lid off here and getting down in here. Okay. So we got one right off the bat. Oh no, we got both of them. We got both of them. Here is Casper. And yeah, that's Casper. She's a little bit smaller than Frankenstein. And she's actually more easier to hold. But the reason they're called red bellies is that bright orange belly. It distinguishes from red to all the ways down to orange. I had one that had a red belly, and I called him Scarlet. And Scarlet I let loose because he was not eating. I don't know what was wrong with him, so that was a while ago though. And this guy, this wiggly jerk off here, who I have a hard time getting a hold of, this is Frankenstein. And his belly is, let me see the belly, red. So, hi, that's Frankenstein. And he's doing this thing where they flatten their heads out to make themselves look bigger. And he's kind of the jerk of the snake group because I hold them. I at least hold them once or twice a day. Get them out of their aquariums. And he's just finicky. Like, I thought I had problems with Scar? Oh no. No. Oh no. He, like, you get Frankenstein out, and he'll get, like, finicky all to hell. Barely lets you hold him, like, well, like I just demonstrated, he's angry. Very angry, apparently. Once I get him held a lot more and get him to calm down, he'll get used to me, and then I'll be able to hold him normally. I don't hold him a lot of the times. But like I said, they eat slugs and snails, and hence the rocks. Rocks also are a good thing to have in here because the bedding for all of them is pine. It was a good idea for the garter snakes, so I just used it all around. And it is stuff like this, and it helps them when they shed. So, pine. Really good for snakes. Now, I'm going to put the lid back on these guys. Because, oh shit. Oh. This aquarium's sitting too close to that aquarium. I'm gonna put the lid back on these guys. Because I want to get to the next snake. I'm gonna get to Scar. When we get to my second favorite snake here. Jesus. And I have each lid locked down with something because these guys aren't really escape artists. He's an escape artist. So he has something heavy on top of his aquarium. And I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to get this guy out. He was in this tube earlier. So, let's see. Do we can see clear view? That's it. This is not good. And he has several different places to hide in here. And I really don't feel like digging through this. That's weird. Okay. So, Houston, we have a problem. See if we can't find a finicky little snake here. Have an idea where it might be. It's usually in here. Hey, we have a scar. Here we go. Here's my little buddy. This is Scar. He's not gonna hold still. I'm bringing it over here to the light. This is a northern ringneck snake. He is, people here refer to them as racers, and they will chase you. And he is, I don't know if he's gonna bite the camera. No, he's gonna kiss. Then I'm gonna lick the camera. Put him back in here. And he likes to constrict my finger for some odd reason. He associates my hand with food. So, he's a little weird. And they have bright yellow bellies, but you will get some that have blue bellies. And not sure what the difference between them is. Both the same breed of snake. I just think that the blue ones are a little more harder to find. And he has shells and stuff in here. Gives the salamanders more place to hide. Because they love to hide. They will hide from him. Now, sometimes the salamander that's really dumb, some odd reason, they don't have any brains or something, and they each have, each snake has tubes, and I've actually seen it. I've taken the tubes out of here, and there's been salamanders in the tubes. So they're not very bright. Jesus. Yeah. I'm gonna get these organized here. And he went underneath the stones. That's his little hide in the corner. Now to my third set of snakes. And there's only one I only have one racer. Before anybody's like, well, don't you have two of them? You have a pair of the rest of them. No. It's not a good idea to keep them as pairs. So they have a tendency to kill each other. They eat other snakes. Like king snakes and stuff will do. They eat other snakes. Fix the bedding. Now, I didn't get to show you this, but that water dish there, that snake right there will play in Swedish. And these are my Northern Plains garter snake and a Northern checkered garter snake. The Plains garter snake came from my uncle. My Uncle John had got a garter snake, and he didn't know it was pregnant at the time, and it had babies. And, of course, as a birthday present, I got one of the babies. And I thought he was I mixed them up. So, the checkered garter snake is Hydra. She is the lighter one in the back. The darker one is the Northern Plains Sapphire. And I called her Sapphire because she's a darker color, almost a blue color, and that is a distinctive marking of a ribbon snake. We have yellow and blue ribbon snakes in Pennsylvania. And I thought, oh, okay, it's a ribbon snake. But I got older and it doesn't have a blue belly. So, it's Northern Plains garter snake. Now, these guys, the mountain toad and tree frog. And so also millipede, centipede, millipede, I think they are. The non-venomous ones. A blue and red millipede. Holy crap, I'm gonna fall. I'm not sure I got the blue and red millipede in here, but I get a Mario. Mario's in the back hiding. This is Mario, my tree frog. And he's kind of hard to hold on to, so I'm gonna stick him in there. Mario. Mario. Now, this is a terrarium. I'm not sure the size, gallon, anything, but this was what was housing the salamanders too. And this morning, when I got up and I checked on everything, the Ouija here in the back, see if I can't get him to come this way. Doop. The Ouija, a mountain toad, was trying to eat one of the salamanders. The little guy, the little tiger salamander. Close this up. So I fed them today after I got returned from the store, but I decided to get that because that's a lot better for the salamanders. As feeding wise, each snake now, since it's getting colder, and they're going into hibernation, they're going to brumation, or whatever it's called, for reptiles and amphibians, they do not eat as much. So they eat twice a week at the most, each of them. Now they got fed yesterday, so they won't get fed till, I believe today is Tuesday. Or Monday, yeah, it's probably Tuesday. I think it's Monday. Yeah, it's Monday. They won't get fed till at least Friday, or maybe Thursday, depending what kind of mood they're in. But they each get a helping of worms. They each get 2 worms, cut in pieces. These guys get their slugs. And then he mainly eats salamanders. So, they'll get their slugs and snails, and he'll get the salamanders, which I've kept the 3 salamanders in there in the rocks, because he will actually eat them whenever he's hungry. These guys, every 2 days, get mealworms, because they're jerks. And they don't slow down on eating, apparently. These guys have earthworms in with them, and small bugs that are in the soil, so they will eat them whenever they are hungry. I don't feed them. Those guys do the same. The leeches get a earthworm like once a week, or 2 times a month. These guys get every other day. The fish get fish food, regular goldfish food, every other day. Every day that they don't get goldfish food, frogs get their food, which is this floating turtle food, which is recommended as a good food for them. These, sometimes they'll eat. I can hand feed them, so if you coax them, you get the, not sure what Mr. Krabs is doing. Mr. Krabs is being ordered. Mr. Krabs pretty much eats everything on the bottom. he'll go around and gobble up this food on the bottom like it's nothing. He's cool. I like him. And they're chasing some of the frog food around. Mr. Krabs, what are you doing, Mr. Krabs? Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs. Hey, Mr. Krabs. You're not moving. You're just kind of like wiggling. Let me see if it's up, Mr. Krabs. Net. Net. I actually have a really long handled net. I could actually get down there with, coax him through with a pole. So you just, whoop. There it goes. So that's everybody other than the cats and the dog, which that hasn't changed in a while. We still have all the cats and Buddy. So I'm gonna end it here. So this video gets too long. But that's all my pets. New ones and old ones. Some old ones. That's everybody. So I'm gonna cut it here. Post this. And thank you for subscribing and watching.